I worked on Wall Street for 10 years. I was an investment banker. And Wall Street deals and construction deals are something totally different. And it took me a while to realize that. Okay? So when we talk about partnering, be willing to explore the partnering all the way through, not just for what it may get you in the moment, because you never know long term what may happen. Because you never know, the little guy might know somebody, might know a big fish.
Thomas, I think I figured out what the phrase was. If money talks and something walks.
Right, right.
Let's just throw it up if everyone wants to answer this question, as many of you please do. What would you say to these folks was the best experience that you all ever had as far as a win-win on a partnership, and how you pull that off?
Do you want to go first?
No, you can write it.
Oh, okay. I would say the best experience I had was probably one of the most difficult projects that I've ever done. All right. It was a parking deck. Okay. And just like this year, it kept raining, and it kept raining, and it kept raining. We could never really get the project, you know, off the ground. But we had promised the owner that on this day, you'll be able to drive into your parking deck, because it was imperative they go into that parking deck on this particular date so they can start generating revenue from it. Okay? Well, Willie came in and put up a clock. I don't know if you've ever seen those clocks that count backwards. It gives you the days, the time, the seconds, and all that stuff. And we took a picture of the site in March, and it was a giant mud hole. I'm serious. There was nothing about this that said parking deck. It looked like a lake. All right. I was pumping. I had a pump around. I don't know if you know what a pump around system is. It was pumping 55,000 gallons an hour. Okay, and it was running. It ran 24 hours a day for 3 months. Okay, it ran 24 hours a day for 3 straight months. And we still couldn't keep up with the water that was coming into this site. But then, you know, it stopped raining and we got started. But when we hit the ground running, we hit the ground running. And let's not even talk about the plans were counting. Is there any architects here?
We don't allow architects.
Oh, okay. The plans were jacked up. So we had many different issues going on this project. But through that, you know, they say iron and steel pours and what? Fire. Through that time, there were some great bonds made. Because, you know, you have to start learning to work with each other. That's what partnering is really about. You don't ever know if you got a real partner until it gets ugly, until somebody puts some heat on you, some real flames. It's like a relationship. You don't know if you're in a good relationship till you have your first argument. You able to get through it. So we had a lot of arguments, right? Well, I got pushed at a lot, right? I remember he came to my house. He came to my house at 8 o'clock one night, and told me. He had some choice words. He doesn't curse or anything, but you know, sometimes people give you a stern conversation, and you really understand they really probably want to curse you. You'd be better off here. I probably think better than that. But he said it so eloquently and stern. And the next day, I went back to my guys. I said, let me tell you something. I said, a man came to my house last night at 8 o'clock, and this is what he said to me, right? But I gave him the version that I thought he would have said, right? And I said, now, I'm not going to let this man down. And if I got to fire every last one of you and stand out here and do it by myself, I will. Okay? Now, remember I told you about the picture in March? It was a mud hole. On August 16th, they drove into the 700 space parking. August 16th was my birthday. On Friday, before that birthday, I went into that parking deck, and I tell you no lie, I didn't come out of that parking deck until Monday morning. I stayed there all day, all night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because this gentleman said to me, we have to have it done on that day. To me, that's what partnering is all about. It's about trust. It's about putting it out there saying, look, I'm not gonna let you down, you don't let me down, and whatever it takes to get this project done, we're gonna have it. Now, on August 17th, I didn't come back to that project no more. I told him, I said, I left a piece of me in that parking deck, right? That's still in that parking deck right there. Okay? And I tell you, I drive past that parking deck all the time, and I will not. This is no lie. I will not go in it. I will park my car outside the parking deck on the side street, but I will not go in it.